Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how I made this crochet maxi skirt. This is a very easy pattern. It's a 2-row repeat and works up pretty fast. If that is something you are interested in seeing, please stay tuned and we'll get right into the tutorial. For this project, I'm just using some lightweight yarn and my 4mm crochet hook. All right, so to begin, you are going to take a measurement of your hip. And this project is worked in a multiple of 10. So the widest part of your body would be the hip. So that's the measurement we're working with. So for me, I have made a chain of 160 stitches because I want mine to be a little loose. I don't want it tight against my body. So to begin, I just want to flatten my chain and slip stitch into the first chain to join. Okay, and I'm gonna give my skirt a band. So I'm just gonna chain up 1, 2, and then I'm gonna put 1 double crochet in each chain all the way around. Okay, just like so. 1 double crochet in every stitch around. Okay, so go ahead and complete row 1 and I will meet you at the start of row 2. And then we shall continue. Okay guys, so coming up to the end of row 1, I am just going to slip stitch between that chain, that first chain and the first double crochet to end this row. Okay, and then for row 2, I will chain 4, and then skip these 2 stitches and then into the third, 1 double crochet. Then chain 2, chain 2, skip the next 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet into the third. And that will be the repeat for this row. So chain 2, skip 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet into the third double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, repeat. Okay, so go ahead and complete row 2. Then we'll move on to row 3 of this band. All right, coming up to the end of row 2, I'm going to just slip stitch into that third chain, like so, to end the row. All right, and now for the next row, I will chain up 3. And then I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each space all the way around. So for this first space, I'll put 1 double crochet, then 1 into the double crochet stitch, then 2 into the chain 2 space, 1 into the next double crochet, 2 into the chain 2 space, 1 into the next double crochet. And I had started with a chain of 160 chains, so I want to make sure that in this row I am still within the multiple of 10, because I may have picked up or dropped off a stitch somewhere in these 2 rows. So So what I will do is keep track of my double crochets to make sure that when I complete this round, I have 160 double crochets, if you know what I mean, just to make sure that I am still within the multiple of 10 to start the foundation for our pattern moving forward. All right, so go ahead and complete row 3, and then we'll get started on this pattern for our skirt. All right, guys, so at the end of row 3, I have 160 stitches, and that's not counting this chain 3 that we started with. So to end the row, I'm going to slip stitch between the chain 3 and that first double crochet. Okay, so just like so. All right, and now to begin our pattern. So this will be the waist of my skirt. These open loops is going to be where I will put a belt through to pull the waist together. All right, so now to start. So I'm going to start by chaining 2. Okay, and in this first double crochet, I'm going to work 1 double crochet like so. Unfinished. Then I'm going to put another one unfinished like this, and then I'm going to put a third. And once I have 4 loops on my hook, I'm going to hook the thread and pull through just like that. Now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch I'm going to put 3 double crochets all in that same space. So 1, and these are completed. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and a third, all in that 4th double crochet of the previous row, like so. All right, then I'm going to chain 3, 2, 3, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th I'm going to work a cluster stitch. So again, it will be 3 double crochets not completed. What I mean is this. So you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook, enter that 4th stitch, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, leaving 2 on the hook, wrap the yarn around the hook again, go into the stitch for a second time, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, leaving 3 loops on the hook, wrap the yarn around the hook again, go into the stitch for a 3rd time, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops. So now with 4 loops on your hook, you're going to hook the yarn and pull through all 4 loops like so. So we're creating a cluster. And now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th we're going to put 3 completed double crochet. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and a 3rd double crochet, all in that same space. And that is going to be the repeat for this row. So cluster stitch, skip 3, chain 3, 3 double crochets into the next 4th space. All right, so go ahead and complete this row. We're going to call it row 1 because this is off our pattern. We're no longer counting the band because that's finished. So this is row 1. So go ahead and complete row 1 of our pattern, and then we'll pick up at the start of row 2. All right, so coming up to the end of row 1, I have done my 3 double crochets, chain 3, and I will skip over the next 3 stitches, or the last 3 stitches of that row, and then slip stitch into the top of my cluster stitch to end the row, like so. All right, and then for row 2, I'm going to slip stitch across here. So into the chains, I'm going to put 1 and 2 slip stitch, and then into the top of that first double crochet I'm gonna slip stitch, and this is where row number 2 will begin. So I'm gonna start by chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, which will count as my first stitch. Now I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2, like so. Okay, I don't know, if you want, you can mark the start of each row so you know where you are. So you can just put a stitch marker here, just so you know this is where you started row 2, because when you come back around you might lose your place. Okay, so we have our first 3 double crochets to start row 2. Now we're gonna chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're gonna skip over this cluster in the middle, and you're gonna work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets, just like so. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and repeat. So skip over this cluster and both sides of the chain 3. So skip over the chain 3, skip over the cluster, skip over the next chain 3, and work 3 double crochets into the next 3 stitches, so 1 in each. All right, and that is it for row 2. Just 3 double crochets into the 3 double crochets of the previous row, chain 7, 6, 7, and repeat. All right, so go ahead and complete row 2, and we will continue once we get back around to this part. Okay, so keep going. All right, guys, so coming up to the end of row 2, remember we had started with a chain 3, then 2 double crochets, and I said this chain 3 counts as our first stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 space to end this row. Okay, and then row 3 will start right here. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll move my stitch marker to right here to mark where row 3 begins. All right, so chain 3, and then I'm going to make a cluster stitch. So this will count as a stitch. So I'm going to go into the second stitch, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, then go into the third one, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops. And then here we only have 3 loops on the hook, which is fine. We're going to hook the yarn, pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into the center of this 7 chain, which would be the 4th chain, we're going to put 3 double crochets. Okay, so into that 4th stitch, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna close the end, close the top of this. What I mean is we're gonna work a cluster stitch. So we're gonna go into the first double crochet, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn, go through the second one, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn around the hook, go into the stitch, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, then hook the yarn, pull through all 4 loops on our hook. Okay, like so. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into the 4th stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna put our 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna close the end of this pyramid. Is that what we're calling it? I'm not sure. Okay, so again, we're gonna do a 3 double crochet cluster stitch into the 3 double crochets of the previous row to close this one off. Whoops. Just like so. All right, and again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet, 3 double crochets into the 4th chain space, 1, 2, and 3. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and close the next group. So with a cluster stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Hook the yarn, pull through all 4 loops, and chain 3, and repeat. Okay, so that will be the repeat for row number 3. So we're starting the base off a new one of these. What are we calling this? It looks like a diamond. Let's call it a diamond. So this is going to be the starting of a diamond. So we're starting a new diamond, closing our old one, starting a new one, closing our old one, starting a new one, closing our old one. Then, so in this chain 7 space, we're putting 3 double crochets to start a new diamond, and then we're going to close this one. All right, let's go ahead and follow this pattern for row 3, and I will meet you back at this point and we will continue. All right, guys, so coming up to the end of row 3, I'm just going to slip stitch in the top of the cluster right there to end the row. Let me just move my stitch marker. So just slip stitch into the top to end this row. All right, and now I'm going to slip stitch across to that first double crochet. So I'm going to put a slip stitch into those chain 2s, into those 2 chains actually, then 1 in the top of the first double crochet, then chain 3, 2, 3, and this is where row 4 will begin. And I'll just put a stitch marker there so I know where my place is when I come back around. All right, and then I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And now chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip over the chain 3, the cluster, and the chain 3 here, and work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets of the previous row, just like so. 1, 2, 3. And again, chain 7 and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip over this section and work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets of the previous row. All right, and that will be it for row 4. All right, and then for the remainder of the pattern, you will be repeating row 3 and 4 over and over until you have the desired length of your project. Okay, so this is row 4. When you come back around, you are going to join right here into the top of the chain 3, and then you're going to work your cluster stitch to close this, just like we did down here. Okay, then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to start your new cluster into the 4th chain space. Then chain 3, work a cluster here to close the top of this. All right, so it's just repeating rows 3 and 4 over and over until you have the desired length of your skirt. All right, so go ahead and complete your project, and I will come back and show you what my finished skirt looks like. All right, so keep going and I will see you when I am done. All right, so I have completed my skirt. I did just a row of single crochet around the edge to complete it, or to finish it off. And then for the belt, I just made a long chain and then single crocheted in each chain back across, and that's it. And then I just went in and out through the loops that was at the top. Okay, and you can add a lining under this if you want, totally up to you. If you're gonna wear it over a swimsuit, then a lining may not be necessary, but for the purpose of this video, I will put on some shorts, some white shorts underneath to show you what it would look like, or to give you an idea of what it would look like with some sort of a lining underneath. Yeah, so that is basically it for this tutorial. I'll insert some pictures at the end so you can see the pattern a little bit better, because I don't think the pattern is showing up so well under this, well, in this video. So I'll just put some pictures at the end, or a video at the end, so you can see how it looks. But it's a beautiful pattern, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.